I am super excited. I literally am almost like can't contain myself. I'm super amped to talk about this today with everybody that is listening. I got dressed for the occasion. I'm dressed in the same, similar, not exactly the same, but similar outfit that I was wearing for the cover of Only Child. And I'm here to show you guys the actual products for Only Child. So I just got the vinyl in yesterday. CDs have been in for a little bit. I'll show those as well, just for the CD heads that are out there. Respect to y'all, keeping that format alive. But yeah, I've got the vinyl. I want to show it off. It's not an unboxing. I've already seen it, but I just want to show it off, and that way, you know, right now it's still available for the pre-order. The album comes out August 6th, 2021. If you're watching this after that, then just go and order the album if you like it. It's available. But if not, you are pre-ordering for the rest of the month of July. So in that pre-order, I want to show you what it really looks like, what it really is. And so I'm going to do that. I'm super excited about the album. You know, it's. I was thinking about this before I started recording. Like, it really has nothing to do with how dope I think the record is, or how dope I think what I did is. You know what I mean? Like that kind of rap, or even like that sort of music, sort of mentality. This album is exactly what I wanted to do, more so maybe than any other album that I've made. I had an idea in mind of what this was going to sound like, you know, within some reason, and I hit what I wanted to do, and that means a lot to me. This album means a lot to me. The subject matter means a lot. You know, it's a personal album, but it's also like an outreaching album. I hope that the subject matter, you know, that other people that listen to it can relate to it. This is not an album that's responding to the internet. This is independent of anything like that. It's independent of like modern means of technology, culture, all of that. This is an album that is meant to connect, and hopefully does, with some people, you know, in a human level kind of way. You know, you hear my story, you hear elements of your own story, you identify with me, we identify with each other, we get closer together through music, through culture, through art. That's what my goal is, I promise you, every day. So, Only Child is the album. Now that you know what it's about to some degree, at least why it's so important to me, I want to show the physical product. I want to put the salesman hat on. So you can see here, it's like twins, you know, that's me. I like to be on my album covers. It's important for me for when people hear my stuff to sort of make that connection with who's talking to them. I get that from like old jazz records, and you know, even old rock records, and even old hip-hop records. Really, like in the 80s, everybody was on their album cover, and that like made me connect so much more with hip-hop as an art form than it ever would have if it was just a bunch of fancy covers. So, you know, this album was produced by Messiah Music, as it says there, and the album artwork was completely done by DJ Jazz Pants, who does all the artwork for Uncommon Records. You know, certainly 100% of the layouts. You know, sometimes we have artists come in and, you know, from outside of our group, but, you know, all these layouts are Jazz Pants. This artwork is all completely Jazz Pants. Check him out. You know, I mean, if you know what's going on with Uncommon, you already know, but he and I went back and forth working on this more than maybe any other artwork, and I'll show you why inside, but the details that went into this are pretty crazy. I texted him earlier today, and I said to some degree when I opened it up, it was almost like a blasé feeling, because it looked exactly how I thought it would look when we planned it out. And I think that's from us looking at it over and over and over again. We put so much work into the art. I know it's just a picture of me and a really great font and a really dope color scheme, but those simple things actually take time to perfect. And I take pride in the artwork that Jazz does for Uncommon, and you know, the effort that I put into to whatever I put into that. So back cover is, you know, young me. The connection between these two pictures is they're both on my birthday. You'll see in the liner notes, my 40th birthday kind of was a bit of an epiphany moment to me. This was me on that day, getting some delicious ramen. And this is me at age 6, not knowing what ramen is in the 80s. You know, with with a cardboard made cutout crown, in a perfect 80s pose. I've got the striped shirt. I've got the whatever you call this kind of yard chair sitting indoors. It's pretty cool. I came across this picture randomly going through my mom's pictures, and I was like, that's perfect. You know, and it just connected with what I had already planned on putting on the cover, which was this image of me. I mean, for me, this is, you know, I don't want to be too corny, but like, this is me at peace. I'm chilling, and that's what I wanted to kind of put across, the energy I wanted to put across. So, onto the inside of the artwork and the vinyl itself. Let's take a look at the inner sleeve first, because this is what really took the time. So you can see here, the green matches the green outside, some purple here, this really awesome new logo that I have, thanks to Jazz Pants, which may survive past this album. I like it that much. Usually I switch it up every album, but this one may stick for a while. You can see here all these little icons. These are all individual minimalist style pieces of art for each song on the album. You know, if you're really up on what's going on, U68 and Brooklyn Soup are the early singles that are out. You know, this artwork's kind of out there on Bandcamp and Spotify and all the other places, but some of these other artworks are only going to appear inside of the album. You can see here the other side has it. And of course, all this text, what is that? That's the lyrics. There's no cameos on this record. It's just me the entire time. 11 songs, 2 sides of a record, and everything that I said is written right here. You know, oftentimes I'll get people that, you know, when I don't put lyrics in an album, they'll want them, so they're here. You know, if that's the kind of experience you want, it's here. I'm happy to do that. And the amount of time it took to proofread this and then format this so that the vinyl, the album covers for the single stayed in line and paced right. If you do graphics, you know how this is not easy to do. So, shout out to Jazz Pants for making this happen. A little bit of thank yous there. So the main event, the vinyl itself, is right here. We've got this awesome, hopefully the color shows, but really dope, you know, bright but not too bright, purple, violet. You know, we've got, of course, the Loyalty Star Uncommon logo, which is on all of the records, you know, laid out in the colors of this project. On the back, you can see it's the same. You know, this is what we do vinyl wise, matches the vinyl perfectly. And you know, this is what it is, man. I mean, you know, it's something that took us a long time to put together, both production of the music, production of the album. As with all of our recent releases, we'll see how long we keep this going, but this one's particularly special. This is the what we call the Uncommon Hype poster. Typically, I'll just get kind of drunk or otherwise impaired and write like sort of a hyped up like press guy, faux press guy, tongue-in-cheek sort of like description of whatever the album is. We did it for Last Sons, White Horse, and others. Anyway, so this one here is another version of that, and but the only difference here is I actually wrote this myself, pretty much in my own voice. I signed it at the bottom, and you know, this represents what the album's about. If you read this, you kind of, you know, get enough insight into what this record is. So it's a little bit even more important than usual. But you know, you're getting a poster, you're getting an inner sleeve, you're getting colored vinyl. This really cool quality cover, and in here hiding from me is a download card. You know, you get your code. It's got my logo on it. So you know, that's what the vinyl looks like. That's what you're purchasing. You know, there are packages during the pre-order with t-shirts. I'm not going to show up the t-shirts here. I don't want to be too sales guy. So I'll just show the physical mediums of the music. But yeah, you know, there's combo packs with t-shirts. After the pre-order period, I'll probably phase those out just because they're a pain in the neck to manage, to be honest. But you can get a t-shirt if you don't mess with physical forms of media. You know, get the t-shirt. It comes with the download anyway. Or of course you could stream all of this on Spotify. It doesn't bother me if you don't, you know, spend the dough to get a piece of vinyl. It is what it is. It all comes to me eventually. Obviously it's more helpful financially to buy a record than to stream something once, but hey, you know, it is what it is. We all do what we can. So CD, Digipack, as always. I like this style. It reminds me of vinyl. That's why Uncommon pretty much always does a Digipack. Jewel cases are a pain in the ass. As a fan, I would say. So obviously there's not enough room in here for all the lyrics. The lyrics only come in the vinyl, but you can see here all the covers that are laid out are laid out here. Some thank yous at the bottom. CD made to kind of look like vinyl. It's got the little loyalty star in the middle, and well made packaging right there. And it's got the logo underneath, and in the back you've got the Child King picture of me. Actually lays out sort of in unison like this on the CD, a little bit different than the vinyl. On the vinyl, you know, it's horizontal. On this it's vertical, kind of made to pair with the other picture. You can open it up. It's a gatefold CD, if you want to get technical. So that's what I have to offer. I mean, this is what it is. I'm super proud of this project. You know, as I've said, I kept the curation of it pretty small. You know, the only people that touched this project were myself, Messiah Music, DJ Jazz Pants, Ruby's Eyes, who recorded it. The homie Samurai Banana gave me an additional vocal, which you'll hear on Only Child. His voice was perfect for what I was trying to do. Where he just gets on the chorus. But all the additional instruments, production, I didn't bring in any other players. I played all that stuff myself. Messiah did all the beats himself. And that's it. You know, there's no cameos. There's no need for them. This is what the record is. So please head over to uncommonnasa.com or uncommonrecords.bandcamp.com. Get your pre-orders in. Again, if it's after August 6th, just go there and order it. This is what it is. Only Child from myself. And also make sure you subscribe to this channel. I like doing these label updates. I like to do a little show and tell, show you guys what's going on, so that I'm not just going on blind faith that the pictures look good enough. You know, you guys are, I mean, special thank you to everybody that does come out of their pocket for anything that comes out on Uncommon Records. I know it's not always easy to afford things that are basically, you know, benefits and all that, whether it's our music or somebody else's. So thank you very much. And that's why I like to at least show you what you're getting and make that happen. So that everybody knows what's going on. Peace, everybody.
Working all day. Finally, they closed the door. What are these CDs? One day I looked up from my mop. The floor shined like it always do. Studio doors locked, there's nothing more for me to do. So I flipped through CDs I didn't own. Descriptive tones poured out the speaker box. Running water in the background, that sound. A sink of dishes awaits, while the Giants octopus plays lakes. That lead to Emerson and Palmer. Table is full of hot sauce used by elders. Probably the same age I am today. Scrubbing the ground, I heard a sound and didn't let it get away. You should know who Vincent Crane is. He played all his bass lines on a Hammond organ. He had songs about people and death I could relate to. He should be more famous, and he's just one example of things you should know.